is against MapCrimsonCobra117. If you don't go check him out, he's an amazing battle. I left a little time in the beginning because I don't pay attention when I'm supposed to be recording a video, so yeah, I accidentally hit, record and play on my verse. I know it's like there's a little extra time in this game, kind of boring already, but please hang with me here and watch. Real quick, I have to ask a question. Did I piss anybody off? Like, did I piss like a group of people off or something? Because I've lost, in the last week, I've lost 4 subs. A couple people have removed me on friends on Skype, Facebook. It's just kind of like, if I piss somebody off or piss you off or annoy you in any way, shape, or form, tell me, because, you know, if you do something that's like, oh, well, I don't want to see your face anymore, hear your voice, it's like, really, come on, you know, you can tell me, we're all people here. Alright, so let's just get the battle started, alright? This is a very good game against Crims, so he goes into his Pandora thing, I go into my lead ape. You guys have seen this scene before, actually, so I go with the straight fake out, knowing this thing isn't that bulky, knowing you really can't take that. He's faster than me, that gets me off guard, but it's a good thing I went up. I believe I go for my overheat, actually. Yeah, I go for the overheat, just wanted to kill it, you know, and I really can't trust this thing. You know, looking at his team, other than this, rocks aren't a big issue. So that's, you know, it's kind of like pick your poison. Set up rocks and lose your ape, and then have to deal with that, or the other. So, I stay in with ape to take the U-turn. In retrospect, there's a lot of switching in this game, so stealth rocks might have actually been major. I don't know, you know, so he goes on to Gastrodon, and I go out to Scizor, knowing he cannot take a choice band U-turn. I know this, he cannot take a choice band U-turn, and alright, he has that, so I should have got in my rocks up with this thing hanging around, but you know what, whatever. So, yeah, so as a result, I go into Tracheon, and he has the leftovers, but it's not a big issue, so I go for the Stone Edge, knowing anything that goes into is not going to really want to take it, and it does some good damage to Gastrodon. I kind of regret not having the close combat here, because now I know I cannot kill it. If I did have the close combat, I probably could have killed it. But as a response, I do go into my Zapdos. I take a Scald, which isn't a big issue. I think the major issue we have here is the fact that I didn't really have an attacking move to hit this thing. So I switch out predicting the Toxic into Scizor, but he double switches into Natore. So at this point, he goes for Protect, and I'm like, oh, you're a bitch. But you know what, later on I make a Natore kind of similar to Zan. It works really nice. But I haven't gone to battle with that team. I might try doing a tank, but it's 120. So, yeah, I U-turn out, I get the Iron Bar damage, which I'm like, not a big issue, because he didn't get rocks either. So I go into Terrakion, and he does go for the Leech Seed. But I know nothing on his team will appreciate a Sacred Sword, and because of the Zapdos, the damage from Sacred Sword might cancel out Leech Seed, so I can kill it off with the Stone Edge. So he stays in, and I hit him with the Sacred Sword to the face, and the dome, and whatever reference you want to say. So, good thing about this is I don't lose Leechy damage and all that. He does go into Chomp, and this does obviously force my switch, seeing I don't have a super effective hit. And he's a Swords Dancing Chomp, which, to be honest, I predicted the Earthquake, so I win Latios, so that works amazing. I go for the Draco Meteor, and it's going to kill him off. Easy, you know, clean hit, which is amazing to have happen. Sadly, though, I am at -2 special defense, which makes Theraborn or Zapdos very free to come in. Again, I really wish I had those rocks. They're becoming very important to me now. But I do go into Scizor, predicting the Discharge slash Toxic, anything. He doesn't get the Paralyze, but I stay in over-predicting. And yeah, I over-predict. I should have gone to Terrakion. That would have forced a switch. That's a very bad play on my part. I should have gone for the 100% safe move. So now I go back on Terrakion, and I do go for the Stone Edge. And looking at the damage, if he didn't get that turn of Stealth of leftovers, I could have killed him off. So I definitely made the horrible play on that part. I should have switched straight to Scizor, and then killed it off accordingly. That was a bad play on my part. So he goes on the Landorus to take the Sacred Sword. I did not want to miss. I should have gone for the Stone Edge to hit anything on his team, but because Natore's gone, Chomp's gone, he had nothing resistance to rock, so that was a very big misplay on my part. And I lose my Terrakion for it. So now I do go on to Zapdos, knowing he's locked into Brick Break. And he withdraws his Landorus on, I believe, my substitute. I think that's what I go for. Yeah, I do go for a sub like a smart person. And I go for the hopefully discharge. That's a smart move here. I'm waiting. Come on, come on, come on. And he does withdraw, which is kind of sucks. He goes down to Landros. And what really sucks about this is I don't have a move to deal with this thing. And another very bad thing is this Zapdos has been missapped, and I just found that out. I thought it was a physical dose. It's actually a special bulky dose over a physical bulky dose, which really does cost me here because I stand believing I can take Stone Edge, and I cannot. I was gonna try to roost, you know, see how much I can do to him, but I can't do shit. So now I have to go into Kumatora, and I believe he still has Gastrodon. No, he has Zapdos too. So I should have gone for the Psychic here like a smart person. I did. Another thing was, in this whole match, I thought Landros was quicker than Gladius. It isn't, and I find that out now, and that really does suck. Because if I know Gladius was quicker, even when Moss and Landros, I would have been in a much better position. He gets the burn on my Deoxys, which I'm gonna say I think it was a crit burn. That doesn't matter, because it does mess with my chances of getting a freeze on the Ice Beam. And if I could have gotten a freeze on the Ice Beam, or at least withered him down more, I possibly could have swept him with Recover. I mean, with Psychic. You know, so I am going to say that Scald mattered, seeing that there was a chance for the freeze and all that. That's just my opinion. And I know you're like, well, why hope for the freeze? But I'm just saying numbers are numbers. Looking how much that Draco Meteor does, I wish it was better damage. I do find that very weird that it did so little, seeing Modest, you know, max special attack. But, I don't know, maybe min-max. The Ice Beam did a lot, too. I thought that did a little too much. So yeah, now I'm just firing off Draco Meteors until I die. If I got dual crits, I would win the game. But the chance of that happening is 1 over 16 times 1 over 16, which is, I believe, well, I don't even know, I believe 1 over 16 times 1 over 16 is ridiculously high. That is like, what's 16 squared? Do that over 1, that's the odds of me getting 2 crits or something like that. So yeah, I'm just firing off moves until it kills me off. That's literally what we're doing here. It was a good game, Crims. I enjoyed it. I thought, yeah, I did make some major misplays, and, you know, I learned a lot about the team I was working on through them, and I did edit and fix it. For example, my Zapdos now has Heat Wave, so I can deal with that array. It's also the better EV spread is physical bulky now. It's just what my teams need. So, yeah, that was an amazing game, Crims. Again, if I did anything to piss anybody off, please tell me, alright, because I do care about that. Alright, so this is TheEricVolpe, which is Gladius Painting. I will catch you guys next time. Alright, so peace.